When the police forced themselves inside the house, they expected to find the two boys crying, asking for help. But they found the boys were just laying motionless on the floor, and right next to them was their father on his knees, praying, crying, and telling the police that it's too late. The boys have already been took by the demons. Here's how all this started. In Kanyama, Lusaka province, there was a pastor, his wife, and two of his sons. A lot of his neighbors, they knew him to be a very strict, prayerful man. This man was incredibly obsessed with praying. And because of this, he actually even had a big church he was running under his name. He was that prayerful. Now, something strange began happening in his house. He began noticing that small things like small money, not a lot of coins, not a lot of notes, would go missing even during the daytime as people were around. He did not take this that much serious, but after a couple of weeks, bigger things like phones, Bluetooth speakers, clothes, they began missing out of the house. He noticed it, but he did not react. After a couple of months, bigger things began going missing, even during the daytime as everyone is in the house. Things like the TV, an entire radio set, the fridge, stove, all these big things began going missing in the house as everyone was around. The pastor was annoyed at this, and he knew that this is a very big problem. This is a problem of big demons. They have infested his house. The unfortunate part is that they are using his children as vessels for them to operate in his house. But as someone who's a prayerful man, he needed to do one thing, and that was praying. He needed to pray so that the demons get casted out of his house. And he knew the exact exorcism ritual that he was supposed to do so that these demons get casted out of his house. One day, he waited for his wife to leave the house. She went to do some chores outside the house. He, together with his two children, only remained. He locked the two boys in their room, and he tied both their arms and their legs. Then he began praying in tongues. He would pray by fire, by force. As he was praying, he was beating the children, and as he was beating the children, he was also praying. People outside even heard him pray and beat up the children as they were also crying for help. As the pastor was doing this, he would ask his children if they're the ones who were stealing all these things in the house, but they completely denied. Said they had no idea who was doing this. Maybe someone in the neighborhood took advantage of lack of security they had. But he did not believe what the children were saying. He just continued praying and beating them. People outside heard the cries for help from the boys, and they called police. After some time, police arrived at the house, forced themselves inside the house, and they were expecting to find the two boys crying for help, but all they found was the boys were laying motionless on the floor, and right next to them was their father kneeling, crying and praying, telling the police that it's too late. The demons have already took the boys. Police immediately arrested him and took him to the police station. But he showed no remorse, and he maintained that it's not him, it's the demons that took the boys' lives.